Dana was in here, and when we asked him about, South African champion bringing the UFC to South Africa, he said absolutely. He seemed pretty adamant about it. So are you going to kind of get in his ear now that you have the belt, like it's now or never, essentially?
Yeah, it's going to be now for a long time. But, yeah, I think it's time. I think we've worked our asses off to get this event to Africa and South Africa. And it's time that happens. Just so for the record, is there some people that think I lost the fight? Dana said it? Well, bullshit.
Kind of going off of the South Africa talk, what went through your mind when you saw the crowd? They showed it in the arena on the big screen, the fans in South Africa watching your fight and cheering when you got the belt.
Yeah, that was absolutely incredible. There's one thing about South Africa that I think if the UFC goes there, the whole world is going to see. You have never felt a vibe when it comes to sport like South Africa.
And last one for me, what do you want your title reign to be? Because lately we see these champions, they get one or two defenses and then they start talking about going up. The middleweight division right now is pretty wide open with contenders that haven't fought for the belt or fought you. Do you want to, go after these title defense records? Do you want double champ status? What do you ultimately want your reign to be?
Yeah, listen, I want to do what is expected, because do I want double champ status? Absolutely. But I'm willing to earn that. If there's contenders that make sense, I don't want to fight contenders that doesn't make sense. Fighting Israel Adesanya makes sense. Fighting guys that deserve the title shots makes sense. But I don't want to just fight somebody because I don't want to be Israel Adesanya that fought Sean Strickland. Yeah, Strickland won that fight, but they should have never fought, in my opinion.
When you say contenders that don't make sense, do you mean fighters like Hamzat, who maybe haven't fought a middleweight ranks? Because he's also tweeting like "see you soon" and referencing UFC 300.
Yeah, but he said that to John Jones. So, I mean, who takes that guy seriously anyway?
Dricus over here. Beyond the facial injuries, are there any other injuries you're dealing with?
Yeah, I mean, the body feels pretty banged up right now, but I can't say for sure how severe these injuries are.
You were having a lot of success with the kicks throughout the fight. Was that something that you saw going into this that would be a key part of your strategy, or was that something that just became available throughout the fight and you saw the success and kept with it?
Yeah, no, this is something we worked, we saw in all of his fights. He's really good at evading these kicks. We saw with Israel Adesanya, he wasn't very successful with his kicks because of Sean's defense. I got a few good head kicks in. I got a few good low kicks in. It was just the timing that we had figured out a little bit better than Izzy did in that fight. But yeah, anytime you're going to fight a guy with a strong and good jab, I thought, my coaches, Coach Manofasa, he's obviously a genius when it comes to these things. We looked at the fight and said, that's how we're going to take care of a jab. And those kicks did start to hurt him by round number 3, 100%. And his jab became a lot lighter in that third round, definitely.
You also answered a lot of questions going into the fourth and fifth rounds for the first time in your career. Can you just tell us, especially that going into the fifth round, sort of what your corner is telling you, and mentally, are you just on autopilot at that point? Like, take us through your emotions just preparing for those final 5 minutes.
No, not at all. I mean, I went into the fifth round and I said to my coach, wow, can you believe it? I guess I have a gas tank. And he said, this is the last 15 minutes of your life. And I said, damn straight. And, we basically, I was happy to be there in that fifth round. It wasn't autopilot at all. It was, damn, I feel great for a fifth round. When we went to the fourth round, I felt, damn, I'm going to prove a lot of people wrong tonight.
Dricus right here. At what point in the fight do you think you kind of had Sean's game plan and what he brought to the fight figured out? It seemed like in the first round he was kind of establishing the jab and whatnot, but the commentary mentioned that by round, maybe the end of the second, you really started to get a bit closer to him and started landing more punches, and that continued for the rest of the fight. Where do you sort of think you figured him out?
Yeah, exactly that. I think the first 2 rounds we spent, and that was our plan, to fight his fight, to see where it is. Obviously, keep him on the back foot. It's a lot easier said than done to keep him on the back foot because he comes forward. And he has a very strong, how can I say, his march. He doesn't storm forward, but he has a strong march. The way he moves, it makes it hard to push him backwards. But I just kept on putting the pressure on Sean. Every time he jabbed, moving forward, moving forward. Yeah, I took a couple of punches more than I would have liked, but keeping him, every time he hits, I move in, I move forward. And, even him being the cardio machine that he is by the third round, you can't keep on fighting with that kind of pressure. He got tired. And that's where I really started landing more and more.